Sorry, give me 1 second. Just waiting for the Yahoo to come on for those that are on Twitch and see me on Twitch. All right. Hey, welcome to my channel. Today, just gonna discuss Monday QB, couch QB, basically. I'm showing you my picks what I did last week. My locks, definitely wrong. I mean, pretty much I'm 0 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6. So far, from the 7 out of the 8 so far. I mean, 7 out of the 8. San Francisco hasn't played yet. 7 of them I'm wrong on. I was way off. Like Cleveland, they won, but they didn't win by 3. Buffalo, we knew they were going to lose. Las Vegas losing to the Raiders, losing to the Bears. I'm like, I didn't see that. Detroit, I thought they were going to do really well against them, but I guess not. The Rams, I mean, that was a surprise in and of itself, too. I didn't think Pittsburgh was going to come back like that. And then, of course, Miami versus Philadelphia. I honestly thought Miami had a better offense, that, Philadelphia's defense was not going to do much, but it looks like they knew what to do. They were more reactionary than anything else, which was a surprise. So I was like, all right. Outside of that, I mean, yeah, this was not a good week for me to bet. It's a good thing I didn't bet this week. Hate to say it, but, it is what it is, sadly. What else can I say? I mean, honestly, the Giants, I didn't see the Giants winning out. I mean, I'm a Giants fan, diehard Giants, but I was being a realist. I was literally, being a realist. And being a realist in that situation, I figured there's no way the Giants are going to win this game. Because, like, the way they're playing and the way the Commanders are playing, I mean, I'm like, I thought the Giants would have, kept it close but not win. But the fact that the defense was pretty much the Giants' D. For some reason or another, I think for whatever reason, Washington can't figure out Giants' defense. The Giants' offense was atrocious. It wasn't that great. I mean, without Barkley, and Tyrod Taylor, please, come on. They need a QB at this point. So, but it was a surprise. And then, of course, the Raiders. I thought for sure the Raiders would have had, the Bears' number, but the Bears caught me off guard a little bit. So at least the fact that they won, they have 2 games won. They're not the worst record there is. Actually, let me see who the worst record is. Who has the worst record? New England Patriots winning 2-5. Bengals will come out of nowhere. Titans, Broncos have the second worst record, of course. The Panthers and Arizona Cardinals. So those have the worst records. Let's see how the Panthers do. I mean, honestly, they'll probably have the. I mean, if they go winless, that'll be a surprise, but I doubt that's going to happen. I'll tell you that I was a little shocking surprise in that situation. What else can I talk about, actually? So for those that are new to the channel, if you've seen my other videos or my other lives, streams, I made a basic resolution that in the beginning of the year that at least once a week, I would do a live stream. So far, I'm going on through it. I mean, it's October. I've been doing it, so I'm going to try to keep going on it. One of the other things we saw was, if you watch yesterday's F1, Hamilton and Leclerc, after the race was over, they had some violation. With I forgot what it was exactly. They're disqualified from it basically because of the fact of I forgot what it was called. Something to with the I forgot what it was. Man, something related to the measurements of their skid pads. That it was so worn out, not worn out, but it was to the point where, like, because of it wasn't, they had an advantage and they became disqualified. So as a result, Norris goes from third to second, and Sainz from fourth to third. Um, Kind of sucks for Leclerc a little bit, unfortunately, and Hamilton finishing second in quite a long time. It's surprising that like he got disqualified for that, considering how well he was doing. But of course, um, I'll probably talk about it a little bit later in actual video. But Hamilton having issues, it is what it is. Sadly, I mean, this is something that you thought maybe he was coming back with this, but was what it was. And then of course Max Verstappen winning his 50th in a row is great for him at that point. So what can you say? Trying to think of something else. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but anyways, yeah, 7 minutes have gone by. I don't know. Again, do apologize. You know, I don't want to say I'm unprepared, but like it is a live stream, and I was gonna go on the prepared, so I'm just gonna go with that. I mean, like I said, I would love to. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna stream something a little bit, but I can't do it. Um, but in relation to the whole thing with it, I'll probably talk about it a little bit later on an actual video. But the fact that like Hamilton did really well, it was a surprise. Now, I don't want to say it was a surprise, but it seems like he was coming back. Considering that it seems like Mercedes figured out things with the car itself, and like they made some improvements, but it seems like those improvements might have been cheating. We'll see what happens. I mean, honestly, let's see what happens in the next race. Honestly, I quite honestly gonna looking forward to seeing the Vegas race and seeing how that works out as well too. But the fact that Hamilton was disqualified and Leclerc was disqualified as well too because of the same thing, because of the what's it called again? I'm sorry, the skid pads. Uh, I don't know. Let's put it this way: we'll probably see some appeals being made by both Ferrari and Mercedes for Leclerc and Hamilton. But as of now, Norris is the number two spot. So because of that, I think now actually the way it played out, I think McLaren is definitely going to overtake. Yeah, McLaren's definitely overtaking um, Aston Martin in the constructors for third place. Uh, Actually, sorry, for fourth place. I'm sorry, for fourth place, because third place right now is between Ferrari, and if this everything goes off according to plan, Ferrari could probably catch Mercedes by the end of the year. Can McLaren catch Ferrari, catch the number three spot? I doubt that. I mean, they have to win every one. They would have to be P2, P3 for every race from here on out for them to even get into the third place. But reality is that's not going to happen. Red Bull's already got the Constructors' Cup. No one's catching up to them. I mean, the way if Max keeps winning, they're probably going to hit 800 probably by the end of the year. By the end of the tournament, basically 1, 2, 3, 4. So like, yeah, they'll probably hit 800 by that point, depending on how also Checo does. But Mercedes, now it's going to come down to Mercedes and Ferrari. I mean, honestly, Aston Martin in the beginning of the year, everyone thought Aston Martin was the one that was going to give Mercedes the run, but now it seems like it's not. Now it's more of Ferrari giving Mercedes a run. So like Ferrari seems to be back, and the fact that McLaren overtook Aston Martin makes you wonder what's going on with Lawrence Stroll and his team basically. I mean, like Alonso was pretty much the one that was keeping him up there, but the fact is, like, if Alonso goes, the whole team goes, because Lance Stroll, I hate to say this, but they got to get rid of him. But unfortunately, because the fact that his father owns the team is going to be a different story. Now, put it this way: Williams has gotten all these points because of um, not Lando Norris, Russell. What was the other guy's name? Oh crap! I forgot the dude's name now. I gotta look it up. Jeez, it's been so. I'm so out of it. Um, Alex Albon. Sorry, Alex Albon. If it's not for Alex Albon, Williams is not in the points. And quite honestly, if I'm Aston Martin, forget Lance Stroll, bring in Alex Albon. Now the question is, there's stories about Alex Albon going to Red Bull, AE, AlphaTauri. I don't know if that's happening. Quite honestly, if I'm him, I'm sticking with Williams. I know you want to get the race and win the race, but AlphaTauri is like the second tier to Red Bull. And Checo, if he goes, it's not going to be Alex Albon. They're probably going to go for someone else. They'll probably promote Suki, Sonoda, Yuki Sonoda, or maybe bring in Kevin Magnussen, or for that matter, not Magnussen, but Bottas. Put Bottas in the number 2 spot because we've seen how well he does and how if he has a good car, he does really well. So, but yeah, you're not going to see Ricardo. I mean, Ricardo's going to have AlphaTauri unless Checo does really bad, and then Ricardo comes back to Red Bull, which is very highly unlikely. If it was, it'd be interesting to see how that happens. Because remember, he was the number 1 driver. Max was the number 2. Max showed his impatience, was always constantly damaging Ricardo's shot for the World Championships, for the wins. So if Ricardo becomes the number 2 person, chances are he might give a run for Max in the. I mean, he's still used to the Red Bull car now. That I think Daniel probably could give Max a run for the money for the championship for next year if Ricardo were to go back to Red Bull. But that's only if Checo is dismissed and they want Ricardo to beat Red Bull. But I highly doubt that. I highly see that happening, quite honestly. Let's see what else. I mean, honestly, like I said, I'm gonna be kind of curious to see what happens in Mexico and in Las Vegas. Honestly, with the Mercedes car and see how Hamilton does. Because, I mean, honestly, Hamilton finishing second in Austin, it would have given him a lot of points at that point. Quite honestly, he would have had the points that came close to the number 2 spot and given Sergio a run for his money. But now the fact that he was disqualified, let's see what the appeal does. He might be able to get over Sergio and get some more points off of it. And then with Mexico and Brazil, let's see what happens there too. I mean, if Hamilton can finish the top 2 spots for the next 4 races, he'll overtake Sergio for sure. Fernando, unfortunately, yeah, he's pretty much done. I think Carlos Sainz could make the number 4 spot and take the number 4 spot from Alonso. Lando, I think he did because of the fact of Lewis's disqualification. He got into the 2nd spot. Piastri is showing how decent of a driver he is, actually. Much better than Lance Stroll. Ocon, I don't know what happened. I mean, last year he showed his brilliance, and then now it's like he's no longer there now at this point. And then, of course, Gasly. I don't know what happened to Gasly, to be quite honest. I mean, he had all this momentum last year, and then you thought it would have translated to this year, but I'd say, Gasly seems to be is folding under the pressure, it seems, a little bit too, being the number 1 driver too, for that matter. But yeah, with that, I'll leave it at that. I'm already at 15 minutes. I might as well leave it at 15 minutes. But as you said, if you have any questions, once this becomes permanent on the YouTube side of things, please leave a comment in the comment section. So I do read all my comments and I do respond to them when they warrant a response. And of course, on Twitch and on YouTube, if you love my content, love my channel, love my videos, please subscribe or follow. And for those who haven't, for those who have, I thank you for that. And for those who haven't, I ask you to do that. But with that, I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry, it's just a little too early for me today right now. And honestly, I'm just tired. I didn't have much sleep. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, and of course, unrehearsed.